What's up guys, it's Average Owl making average content for the average viewer, and today I want to give you guys some proactive Battlefield 2042 tips and tricks that you can use to get better aim in BF 2042. The last patch definitely helped us with the gunplay within the game, however I still see a lot of people talking about how they are still struggling with their aim. So I thought I'd help you guys out a bit with some tips and even a Battlefield Portal mode that I have made that you can use to improve your aim. If you find this video at all useful, then a like rating is very much appreciated, and since you absolute legends made mincemeat of my last sub goal, I want to see if we can smash through 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But with out of the way, let's get on with it. Number 1, use my aim trainer. I myself have made my own aim training mode in Battlefield Portal that you guys can use and boot up whenever you want. I would suggest playing this at least once a day as a warm up before you play Battlefield 2042. I'll put the experience code on screen right now. It is AAMM9C. Now the rules for this game go as follows. It's a free-for-all match and the bots do hardly any damage. What this means is that the bots are not constantly just focused on you and they are all shooting one another. However, their bullets do hardly any damage, like I said, and they also have double health, meaning that they will hardly ever kill each other, but also it means that they won't be killing you too. This means that you'll be able to concentrate solely on practicing your aim on these bots without the worry of them actually killing you, so you don't need to worry about taking cover and such. Also, because they have double health, this means that you'll need to keep your aim on target for a lot longer before you kill them. This is really great because the bots in this game do tend to take cover quite a lot. This means that if you want to dispatch of these enemies quickly, you'll have to aim for those headshots and practice your recoil. What I have found is that if you play this game mode a couple times before you jump into a multiplayer match, when you do jump into that multiplayer match, it actually feels a hell of a lot easier, because on top of all of this, I've also given the bots 1.5 move speed, which makes the aiming even more difficult. But if you can master the aiming within my Portal mode, then by the time you go to multiplayer, everything will seem so much easier. Look, I'm not saying that this is the definitive best way that you can train your aim in Battlefield 2042, but I've been playing it for the past couple of days as a warm-up, and I can honestly say that it has really helped my gameplay, and I hope that it does you guys too. And one more thing on this mode, the only specialist that you'll be able to use is Angel. This means you won't have to worry about any of the other gimmicks and gadgets within the game, and I chose Angel because he can drop you ammo, and that is the only thing that you're likely to run out of. This means that when you play my game mode, you can use any gun, any attachments and any gadget without the fear of running out of ammo. So I want you guys to play this game mode. I want you guys to let me know what you think of it down in the comments or over on my Twitter after you've played it, and let me know what things you'd want changed, if any. Number 2, upgrade your controller. Now, I'm sorry for all of the PC viewers out there. This one is specifically for people who are using a controller. I myself do use a controller on PC, as I find that because I've been playing with a controller for like 15 years, when I try and use a mouse and keyboard, I shoot like I've been in a terrible car accident, whilst the only thing that I can use is my tongue. So that's why I stick to controller. One of the main things that you can do to upgrade your controller is to use extended thumbsticks. These are available on scuff controllers, elite controllers, but if you don't have the money to spend on one of these expensive peripherals, one of the best things that you can use are control freaks. I know that these have been around for years, but seriously, the benefits that they give you are really worth it. By having an extended thumbstick, what this means is that you're able to crank your sensitivity up a bit while still maintaining the finer aim and accuracy of a lower sensitivity. This is because you have a greater arch from left to right or up and down in your aim because of the extension on the thumbstick. This means that you can turn around quickly when you need to, but also if you're shooting at someone who's a little bit further away, you'll be able to make incremental adjustments to your aim without sacrificing the speed of your sensitivity. Now, whilst we're on the topic of upgrading your controller, if you do happen to have a scuff or an elite controller or something along those lines, you'll be able to bind the paddles on the back of that controller to either jump or crouch or both. I personally do this, and what this allows me to do is never take my right thumb off of the joystick. This means that if I jump around a corner, I'm still able to aim, whether that be hipfire or ADS as I come around that corner. In first-person shooter games, you have a thing called peeker's advantage. This means that if you jump around a corner and there's an enemy there, for a fraction of a second, like 2 or 3 frames, hardly anything at all, you'll be able to see that enemy before they see you. Look, it's cheesy, it's horrible, but it's here to stay in all first-person shooter games, especially when the netcode is like it is in Battlefield 2042. So you might as well take advantage of this. Similarly, if you use these paddles for crouching and sliding, you'll also be able to maintain your aim whilst you make evasive maneuvers. But again, if you don't have the money to spend on one of these controllers, another good fix for this is to just bind the right stick to crouch. This will still allow you to maintain aim, although you will have to put pressure on the right stick to instigate the slide in the first place. It's not the best fix in the world, but if you cannot afford one of these higher end controllers, or if you simply don't think they're worth it because you don't play games enough, it will help you a lot. And finally, my last tip that I want to talk to you guys about today is just to slow it down. Battlefield as a franchise does not have to be as fast paced and twitchy as a lot of other shooters on the market. If you look at Call of Duty, Halo, all of the games like this, they rely purely on your reactions. However, if you look at Battlefield as a franchise, quite a large proportion of the player base are actually older people. This is because you don't have to fully rely on your twitch shooting ability. For example, you'll be able to just slow things down by tap firing and lining up shots before you actually pull the trigger. There'll be a lot of situations within Battlefield where you'll see an enemy in the distance, and instead of trying to just snap onto them and delete them with a laser beam, instead what you should do is take your time to line up your shot. If they're running, aim a little bit in front of them, but make sure you don't pull that trigger until you're absolutely certain that that bullet will connect. And I promise you, if you're consciously thinking about where you're aiming and how far ahead of your enemies you're aiming and slowing it down, eventually you'll commit these processes to your muscle memory and you'll be able to snap onto targets a lot quicker. But for the time being, it's so important that you just slow things down, concentrate, and think about these shots that you're taking before you actually take them. And this, in the long run, will make your aim so much better. But anyway, that's it for today. I really hope that some of these tips helped you guys out. I really am interested to see what you guys think of the portal mode that I have created. I didn't use any of the rules editor because, to be honest, it confuses the fuck out of me. I don't know what any of it means, and if any of you guys do know what it means and would like to walk me through how to use the logic editor, I would be so grateful. Just hit me up over on Twitter. Now, for those of you who have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. If you were offered £1 million, but it meant that you could only ever tell the truth, would you accept it? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joe. Peace.